Hello! Today we are going to be learning how to list in different channels. The first thing that we need to have open is our listing file. This file includes the number of the part that you're going to be listing today, and the rest of the information we'll be filling out throughout the process. Once we have selected the number of listing that we're going to start on, I'm going to start on this one. We have to copy the manufacturer part number. You can use Ctrl and C in your keyboard for copying. Then we are going to open this website, which is called www.repairclinic.com. Once we have arrived here, we'll paste the part number that we copied previously and click Go. Now when the page finishes loading, we can see that the item is here, and this is the item that we are going to be listing today. The first thing that we need to check is what item we are going to be listing and where do we have to list it. So this is the item. Now, how do we know where to list it? We have to click where it says fits. It's a very small link to the right, and this is going to tell you what appliance this part is for. In this case, you can see that it's for a washing machine. Now, if you don't know where to list this product, we do have this file that is going to help us with that. So we're going to be listing a washer part. We have to go to this store, which is called eBay Outlet. Why? Because here we list all parts for washer, stove, and ice maker. So since we're going to be listing a washer part today, we need to go to Outlet. Now, for sales, we're going to be using the Firefox, which is this browser. For Outlet, we're going to be using this browser, which is Chrome. So if we have to list our washer part, we have to go to Chrome. So our next step is to access our eBay account in Chrome. As you can see, I'm already here. In order to start the listing process, we will click where it says Sell. This is going to bring us to the draft listings. We will click on Create Listing and a single listing. Once the page is done loading, it's going to ask you to browse for a category if you want to enter the part number or UPC. We're going to click on Browse Categories. Now remember, you only have to do this once. Once after you list your first listing, you can use the first listing as a template. So we're going to scroll down to where it says Home and Garden and Major Appliances. And now this we select according to what we're listing. Right now we are going to list a part for a washer. So we need to select where it says Washer and Dryers. And we are listing parts and accessories. Click Continue at the bottom. And we have arrived at our listing. Double check to make sure your category is correct. We are listing a part for a washer, so I know this category is correct. And our next step is to create our listing title. How do you create a listing title? Well, you do need a few things. The first thing that should be in your listing title is your manufacturer part number. This you can get from your file. You can copy it, go back to the Chrome browser, paste it, and now we have our first part of our title. Then we need to have the appliance and the part name. This can be easily copied and pasted from Repair Clinic. You can simply select this, copy it, and paste it. Now we do need to have 2 brands per listing. So if we go back here, we can see that there is another brand. So we can also copy that one and add it on our listing title. We are almost done now with our listing title. At the end of the title, you only have to copy the part number again and put it once more. And this is our listing title. Condition is always new, unless you are told otherwise. And now we have to select our listing photos. We can copy the part number, click on Add Photos. Once this window is open, we're going to click on Select Photos. And we're going to try to look for the pictures in our Dropbox. So click on Dropbox, paste the number in the search bar, and as you can see, we already have some pictures of this item. So we are going to select the ones that look the best. making sure that our dimensions is bigger than 500 pixels. So this one is good. We're going to add another one. We need to have 3 photos per listing. We're going to add one with a grid background so the customer is able to see the measurements. If you just hover over the pictures, you can see the dimensions, so I can see that those are smaller. We need to make sure that all our pictures are white background photos unless they have a grid background. Now, since this picture looks a little bit too dark, I am going to brighten it up a little bit using eBay's photo listing tool, so it looks better. Before we close our picture, we also have to add a 4th photo. So it's 3 pictures of your item, and our 4th photo has to be of telling our customers how to find their model number. In this case, we are listing for a washer. So we just need to type model in Dropbox, and you should see washer model numbers drop out here. For example, you see this one says outlet washer model, so I know that I can use this for outlet since I'm listing for a washer part in outlet. And then you will click finish. Now we need to scroll down. In the field of UPC, we are simply going to enter does not apply. Now for the rest of this field, except for MPN, we are going to be copying the listing title and pasting them, except for the MPN field. Okay, so what do we add in this MPN field? For that, we need to open another website, which is called www.appliancepartspros.com. We need to copy our part number, paste it onto here, and we are going to be using these numbers right here under cross-reference information as our MPN numbers. The first number that you have to add in your MPN field is obviously the number in your listing title. So you put that in here, comma, space. Now we are going to add this number that starts with the letter AP as well, comma, space. And we are going to add this last number that says PS. So it is the number on the listing, it is the AP number, and the PS number. Okay, so we're going to keep scrolling. Now for a description, it's pretty standard. We basically have to include our listing title and our shipping information. For this, we can open a new tab, go to our eBay account, and the simplest way to do this is to simply copy the description from another listing. How do we do this? We go to Active, once we have reached our active listings, we simply open one in a new tab, or you can open it in the same page, that's fine as well. Once your listing is done opening, you can close this page because you no longer need it. And this is the listing that we opened. So we're basically just going to copy and paste this description into our listing. So make sure to select everything, including this box on here. Copy and paste. Now we need to copy our listing title and paste it over the old one. Please make sure to do this. We already have our shipping options and the replacements. So now in this box, we need to also add the model numbers. Where do we get this model numbers? We're going to go back to this website, which is appliancepartspros.com. We are going to scroll all the way down where you can see cross-reference and model information. We will scroll down in this box until there is no more. So we have reached the end here. We're going to select all these model numbers, click copy, and we are going to open an Excel file. Once we have done that, we're going to right click, select the second page option, paste option, which is mass destination. We're going to delete the first column, We're going to delete the last column. We're going to widen the column in between. Delete this excess lines here, including the one that says model number. We're going to center this whole row. And we are going to press Ctrl and copy in our keyboard to copy this information. Once we have that, we're going to come to our listing, delete all of these numbers here, and simply paste in the new ones. So this is what your listing should look like so far. Okay, once we have done this, we're going to keep scrolling down until we reach where it says format and price. And we need to put a buy it now price. This price we are also going to get from this Appliance Parts Pros website. So you can just scroll back up here where it says our price, and we are going to match the same price in our listing. Once that is completed, we are going to leave the quantity of 2 items, and we're also going to leave the duration for good until cancel. If you want to make sure that you're on the right track for the listing, we could also go back to our Firefox browser and go to this file. It's called Strategic Listing. We can scroll down here to our eBay listings, and just to see how we are doing so far. So we have already added the photos with the model number. We have already added our UPC and PN number. As you can see, we have already added good till cancel for our duration. Now we are going to go to the shipping. And scroll a little more down. We are going to leave this item for free shipping, so we don't need to touch the shipping information. Just scroll a little bit further down, making sure that we have all of this set up. Handling time always has to say 1 business days, just to make sure it does. If it says that we have not selected a get as fast option, as it should if you can see on this file, we need to go ahead and edit that. So you click on change. Make sure to select show get as fast on your listing and click save. We are going to scroll a little bit further down and click on the continue button. Once we have done that, they're going to ask you to review your listing, and you're going to click list your item. Once you have done that, you should see this, and you're going to be able to click on the link for your item. This looks great, doesn't it? Just go ahead and check over the details. Make sure your listing title is right, your price matches the price on appliancepartspros.com. All is good and well. Make sure you have your 3 photos and your model numbers photo. Your title is correct, and that you have your model numbers in here. If everything looks good, simply copy your listing link at the top of the page. Go back to the file that we are listing off of. This is our item, and you simply place the listing link where it says outlets. You can include this here so everyone knows that you don't need to list this item in sales, and you are done listing on eBay outlets.